This is the OPS pregame report.
Welcome live from Spartan Arena at Homestead High School as the Homestead Spartans are set to face off against the Southside Archers in a conference matchup. Good evening, everyone. I'm Noah Lancz, joined alongside Braxton Hall as we are now just minutes away from Tipoff. And Braxton, it's been a while, but SAC play is set to resume once again, where the Spartans will look to remain atop of the SAC with Northrop, which could set up quite a season finale 3 weeks from tonight.
Yeah, Noah, we are set up right now for a great run to the end of the season. But of course, if the Spartans want a chance to win the conference, you're going to need to win as many conference games as possible from here until the end of the season. And it all starts tonight with this matchup with the Southside Archers.
Yes, they do need to keep on taking care of business. And now let's get into the OPS pregame show in Braxton. The Spartans are coming off a close win against North Central just 3 days ago. You were on the call for that one as Homestead fell behind by 8 points early in the second half, but once again, like we've seen all season long, a balanced scoring attack led Homestead back with 3 players in double digits led by Molly Stock with 16.
Yeah, Molly Stock had those 16 points as well as 3 steals, but the Spartans were led big down the stretch by Allie Stevens, who had 12 points and 7 rebounds. And then, of course, the young freshman, Maya Epps. It seems like we're talking about her every game. She had 13 points and 4 rebounds, which were instrumental in the Spartans' comeback win.
And that was the first time the Spartans had ever beaten North Central here at home. And with that, they have been able to extend their winning streak out to 7 games now, as we're going to take a look at their recent schedule.
Yeah, like you just mentioned, 7 wins in a row for the Spartans. They have not lost a game since November, going undefeated throughout the month of December, and of course winning that game against North Central to kick off the new year. And so far, the Spartans are undefeated in conference play.
And it really makes you wonder, with that Huntington North loss, that was a really tough loss for the Spartans here at home in overtime, a buzzer beater from half court. They very well could have been on an 8-game win streak, not drop that one to a team that they could potentially see later on. The Noblesville one is obviously a really tough game, especially away, as Noblesville is the defending champions, but overall Homestead is taking care of business. And now turning our attention to Southside, as they've had a rough season up to this point, sitting at 1-9 and 0-4 in conference play, as they have been looking to replace Olivia Smith, who was the leading scorer from a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a really tough start to the year so far for Southside. You see it there, 0-4 in conference play, only 1-9 overall, and the biggest problem for them is they just haven't been able to get that offense going. Without having Olivia Smith, she was a big part of their offense last year, and they've had a lot of big losses because they're just not able to put up points this season.
Yeah, that's been the main struggle. They have their second leading scorer from a year ago in Justice Billingsley, but she can't do it all. Not enough help around her. Their third leading scorer from a year ago also left, and this year it's just Billingsley, the only senior on this team, and they've really not had any production outside of her.
Yeah, I mean, you look there, they haven't even put up more than 60 points in a game this season. The offense has just been really slow to start the year, and the Archers are definitely going to need some new help to come up for this game.
They definitely will need some new help for this one. And with that as well, overall, the Archers have struggled. The Spartans on the other side, they've had a lot of depth. They've gotten a lot of help from their younger players. We've seen 3 freshmen help out a lot in this one. And now let's send it down to sideline reporter Anthony Gery, who's with Homestead head coach Rod Parker.
Noah and Coach, it never fails to be an exciting one when you play Southside. Regardless of records, what do your Spartans need to do tonight to win?
Well, you know, our big focus this week is getting better on both sides of the ball. Offensively, we're really working to get the ball moving side to side. We're working to get our assist ratio up a little bit better than we had Tuesday night. And defense, we got to lock down, contain the ball, be solid, and really work well as a unit tonight.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks, for sure.
Noah, back to you.
Thank you, Anthony, and definitely going to need to improve. We've seen them play really well as a team overall, not one player being leaned on, and overall on the season the team is averaging 14 assists, but they've also had some turnover problems, so definitely something this team wants to continue to improve on.
Definitely want to stop turning the ball over. We saw that a lot in the first half of the game against North Central. They really struggled with turning the ball over. Of course, in the second half, though, Coach Parker was able to rally his girls, stop the turnover mess, as they only turned it over 4 times in the entire second half.
Definitely a big improvement, and they'll look to continue to do that here. And we're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. Coming up next is starting lineup and tip-off of tonight's SAC battle between Southside and Homestead, live from Spartan Arena. You're watching Homestead Live.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the .91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Put the chrome art on your drip. Add up mathematics just like magic way it flip. Look at the time.
A minute 15 in. Here's McLaughlin, a 3-ball in the corner. That's good. Oh, the Spartans are state champions.
Oh, I got this rich. I was my life was wrong. But I hate tricks. Look.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena, and we're going to give you tonight's starters. For the away side, the Southside Archers at guard, Justice Billingsley. At guard, Lasea Forte. Then at another guard, Denia Roddy. Another guard in Kamanwi Grayson. And then a center in Jemiah Green. And then for the Homestead Spartans, the same 5 that we've seen all year long: Emma Royce, Maya Epps, Evie Bottoms, Molly Stock, and Allie Stevens.
Yeah, and a big thing that stands out with these starting lineups, the Spartans have a lot of experience in their starting lineup, including 3 seniors. Meanwhile, for Southside, the Archers, they don't even have 3 seniors on their entire roster. 1 senior, 1 junior, 3 freshmen, and 6 sophomores.
Yeah, that is a big difference, and we've seen that experience work to the advantage of the Spartans this year. And before we tip off, what are your keys to the game, Braxton?
Well, first off, for Southside, they have got to get more players involved. They've struggled with that all season long, and they need to have more players able to get points, and then they need to force turnovers. We've seen the Spartans have been prone to turnovers, especially in that game on Tuesday night. And if Southside can force turnovers, they have a chance in this game.
They definitely need to do that. Force turnovers. The Spartans have really struggled with that all year long, and that's where the one weakness has been for the Spartans.
Yeah, and then for the Spartans in this game, they've got to continue to share the wealth. That's the first key for them on offense. They've done a great job of it all season long, passing the ball around, having a lot of people. We talked about earlier in the pregame show, 3 players in double digits. And then they have got to slow down Justice Billingsley. She has been the star player for the Archers this year, doing almost everything for them, and the Spartans really need to stop her tonight.
Yeah, if they can stop Justice Billingsley, you really think that the Archers are going to have a lot of problems here tonight, and That's just the main difference between these two teams. We've talked about it so much already in this pregame, but the Spartans just have so many more options than the Archers that they can go to, and that's really helped them get out to such a good start.
Yeah, and the Spartans having all those options, it's helped them all season long. Just like we saw last game, you might have a slow first half, but having that depth, having that leadership with all the seniors helps your team to get turned around and make those halftime adjustments.
Now set for the tip, it's going to be Denai Roddy for the Archers and Allie Stevens for the Spartans. With the tip, the Spartans are going to win it and gain control of the first possession of this game. Quickly get settled in, and Maya Epps has a quick shot, but isn't able to hit it. However, couldn't get a rebound there for Southside.
Well, right there, we already saw Maya Epps pull up from three, and look for that a lot from the Spartans. They're going to want to come out firing here and try to get off to a big lead.
Interestingly, so far, Southside has been in a zone there, so it's going to give a lot of chances to the Spartans to take shots. We know they like to take their shots, and they can knock them down. Molly Stock got her hand in there on Kamani Grayson, but Grayson was able to keep it. Now over with Billingsley on the right side. That one is tipped back by Epps, but she once again retains the ball.
And we see right now the Spartans already being really aggressive on defense, trying to poke the ball out every chance they get.
Travel is going to be called there on Grayson. In possession back to the Spartans. They were able to get two good looks on that first possession, but weren't able to knock down either.
Yeah, and it's early game, not even a minute in. You kind of expect that. Might take a little while to get hot, but this Spartans team is very dangerous when they do get hot.
Allie Stevens working the middle of that zone and finds Molly Stock wide open for three. She doesn't hit it, but Evie Bottoms gets the board. Now Stock in the middle, and she's able to get 2 points in the paint right there. They're just dominating right now through this zone. They're able to find the open space.
Yeah, nice job by Evie Bottoms on that possession. First getting the rebound, then getting the nice pass to Molly Stock. Evie Bottoms really doing a great job down low. Billingsley
missed a three there, but Grayson was able to get the board and put it back up to tie this game at 2. Now there's going to be a foul called there on Justice Billingsley reaching.
We talked about Justice Billingsley, one of the best players on this Archer squad, and she's already picked up an early foul.
Ball gets inbounded to Royce, but she's able to find Epps on the right side, and then Royce gets the rebound once again. And she gets another one as tipped around. Too many Archers going for it. A third offensive rebound now for Royce on this possession. Another chance for three, not able to get it, but Royce gets a fourth offensive rebound. Royce has been all over the glass early in this one.
Yeah, the Spartans doing a great job of getting rebounds. Can't seem to get their shots to fall as Allie Stevens hits one there. But a great job by the Spartans getting all those rebounds and getting not second, not third, not fourth, but fifth chance points on that possession.
Yeah, it's not too often you see fifth chance points there, but Allie Stevens able to muscle her way through the defense and put in a tough layup as Billingsley is trying to get hers on the other side, but she was fouled as she was going up. So we've seen some aggressiveness already by Billingsley, attacking the hoop and also taking a quick three.
And that's something she's really going to have to do all night long. If she's able to do this, she can try to get herself to the free throw line, try to draw some fouls against these Spartan players.
Billingsley misses the first one there, and that's really going to be crucial for the Archers. Right now, 2.5 minutes in, they're down by 2. Not much scoring so far up to this point, but you can't be leaving points at the line.
Yeah, and so far, like you just said, not a lot of scoring so far in this game, and that's the type of game the Archers are really going to want here tonight. They're a team that's not able to put up a whole lot of points in a game, and the lower they're able to keep this score, the better chance they have of winning.
Set play there for Molly Stock did not find the bottom of the hoop as Billingsley's going to take another pull-up three. This one isn't in, and Royce is going to come up with the rebound, already her 5th of this game, and she's going to take it all the way, but she was fouled when she was going up by Roddy, so she's going to have 2 shots from the line.
Great job by Emma Royce there, getting yet another rebound. She has been all over the boards, all over the floor, really, for the Spartans so far in this game.
Royce this season averaging 8.6 points per game. One of those players that has stepped up into a bigger role this year, 71% from the line as she knocks down that first one. Second one is no good, but Allie Stevens puts it up, and she is now up to 4 points in this one.
Great job by Allie Stevens there, getting a rebound. We've seen her do that a lot this season.
Seen a lot of ISO ball so far by Billingsley. She misses another one there as Archers then turn it over, and Epps is right there to Bottoms, and a nice pass over to Stock, who can't hit the bucket in transition, and it's going to go back to the Archers now.
Even though the Spartans were not able to score on that possession, glad to see Molly Stock getting a good look there, and that was great ball movement from the Spartans up and down the court.
Seen Billingsley facilitate this offense so far tonight. We're only about halfway through this first quarter, but everything has been run through her, and we've seen her take a lot of shots. That time, it was Grayson, the only player for the Archers to have a field goal in this game, went up, but she was denied as the ball is going to stay here with the Archers. Billingsley able to split the double team there and get her total up to 3 points now.
Nice move by Billingsley there, able to cut through the Spartans' defense. Yet we see the Spartans getting another rebound there. Allie Stevens with that one.
Spartans have been all over the offensive glass, but they have not been able to score as much as Coach Barker would like them. They're up to 6 offensive rebounds in this game, but they only have 7 points to show. So Billingsley takes a deep three and knocks it down, and now the Archers have a 1-point lead in this one. Another offensive rebound, and Epps was fouled when she's going up, as now by the scores table, 5 Spartans are set to check in.
Yeah, Coach Parker not super impressed by what he's seeing right now from his ladies. Currently down a point with 3:20 remaining in the first. Going to send in a whole new lineup for his team.
First one is short there for Epps. Now it's going to be Whitney Ankenbrook, Gabby Helsum, Sanaya Sandlin, and Brooklyn Freem coming in as Claire Landrigan is set to come in. You see right now, Southside is 1 for 2 from the line, and the Spartans are 1 for 3.
Yeah, not a great start from the line so far from the Spartans. Maya Epps able to get her second one to fall there, a 70% free throw shooter on the season.
Spartans overall on the season from the line is shooting 69%. So overall, not great, but not terrible. Just somewhere they can improve along with turnovers. As this new unit is in and they get a steal right away, it was forced by Gabby Helsum. Claire Landrigan comes up with it, throws a risky pass over, but Whitney Ankenbrook's wide open in the corner. She can't hit it, but another offensive rebound for the Spartans.
Yeah, the Archers cannot seem to get a defensive rebound no matter what they try. Crashing the boards is not seeming to work for them at all. The ball just keeps bouncing out, and the Spartans are able to retain possession.
Gabby Helsum missed once again there, but another offensive rebound by Brooklyn Freeman that time. Now they're trying to get it into the paint by Sandlin, but she traveled, and right now it just seems like there's a lid on the rim for the Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans have had numerous shots, 7 rebounds already in this game, and yet only 8 points to show for it, and only 3 made field goals.
This time it's going to be Grayson facilitating the offense. She's got it at the logo right now. Billingsley comes to collect it, though.
Archer's looking to slow things down here, but just 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Another pull-up there by Billingsley. This one is off the mark. She was able to get her first field goal just a few minutes ago. So the game remains tied with 2 minutes left in this first quarter, but once again, another turnover there by Sanaya Sandlin.
Yeah, and those are those uncharacteristic mistakes we've been seeing from the Spartans a little bit more recently. Obviously, they've just played one game since that 2-week break they had, so definitely some things to clean up here as they get set for this big run into conference play.
Another deep three there by Billingsley, and she has her total up to 9. She is single-handedly outscoring the Spartans in this one. And right away, the Spartans answer, and Whitney Enkenbrook knocking down a 3. She missed her first one. She's shooting 21% from behind the arc this year, but she's not scared to shoot it.
Yeah, and I think that's what you want in a player. Even if they're not the best three-point shooter, when you have an open look like that, coach is always going to be okay with her taking that shot.
Mid-range shot does not go in there, but nobody there grabbed it for the Archers. They had 4 players around the ball. As you see Whitney Enkenbrook's 3 once again.
Yeah, great job by Whitney Enkenbrook there. Had a bunch of separation out there on the left wing and able to get a good look up for 3.
Landrigan inbounds it to Freem, who's wide open in the corner, but she airballs it. The ball is around. It's still not in anyone's possession, but it was last off of Billingsley, so the Spartans will retain possession here. 58.9 seconds left in the first.
Well, so far in this game, it's a game that's been dominated by rebounds. Whatever team's able to rebound well is the team that carries the momentum in this game. And right there, no team could really seem to get their hands on the ball.
Sanaya Sandlin with a nice move down low. And she's the post presence that the Spartans have been missing this year. They've been trying to get it down to her so far twice this game. That time she was able to convert.
Yeah, she's someone the Spartans wish was going a little bit more to start the year. Only has averaging 1.9 point per game. Rebounds per game, she's currently sitting at 1.6. And although she does have an okay field goal percentage of 47%, obviously, though, Coach Parker would like to get that up.
Now it seems like the Archers are going to hold for the final shot with 15 seconds left and the ball back in Billingsley's hand, but she's going to take a shot from deep, but they called it off. They said it hit the top of the backboard there, so Spartans will get the last shot with 10.8 seconds left.
Well, I can tell you what, Noah, that is the best shot we have seen all night that does not count. Big 3 there from Billingsley, able to get it to fall. Sadly, it was out of bounds.
Helsum can't get the 3 to go, but Freem gets it. Now it's batted around, but there's a travel there, but that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Spartans lead 13-11.
Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena as Spartans have a 2-point lead right now. 13-11 lead in this one, and we are going to be sending it down to Anthony Gery.
And although the score may seem like it's pretty close, this is nothing new to Spartan fans. Last year, Homestead had one of the best girls basketball teams they've ever had, and Southside was threatening the entire first half. It just shows when you get 2 rivals together, 2 rival coaches especially, any game is a game.
Thank you, Anthony, and this one has definitely been closer than we expected so far.
Yeah, the Archers hanging around with the Spartans right now. I think a lot of Spartans fans expected this was going to be an easy win, going to be able to cruise through this, but the Archers are saying not so fast.
And that might have been the problem coming into this game. I mean, on paper, Spartans 12-2, the Archers 1-9. You'd think that there's no way the Archers would be in this one, but they're here to prove the Spartans wrong, as Billingsley may have had that one tipped, but it goes out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Spartans as it was Green trying to get the rebound.
We see the starting 5 back in for the Spartans here to start the second quarter. they struggled a little bit to get the game started. Definitely want to turn things around here in the second quarter.
Spartans once again run that set play there for Molly Stock. This time she's able to convert. Definitely something that Coach Barker has been waiting to see.
Yeah, and all season long we've seen Molly Stock. She loves to be able to shoot from the wings, kind of her heat zone there, where she just doesn't seem to miss.
On the season, she is shooting 38% from behind the arc. Not as good as last year, but still a great percentage from there. Her and Stevens, two great three-point shooters. Time the ball was tipped out by Bottoms. It's going to stay here with the Archers, but just once again, the Spartans all year long have been doing so good at rotating defensively. Every single person buying into this defense.
Yeah, great job by the Archers there, able to get down low, get 2 points. And the Spartans not really able to stop the Archers. Archers have gotten some great looks. They can get some more shots to fall. They can come back and take this lead.
That time it is stripped away by Billingsley, and she's going to take it all the way by herself. She wasn't able to get it to fall, but there's going to be a foul called on Maya Epps. That's going to be her second one of this game.
Yeah, Maya Epps starting to get in some foul trouble here. Obviously, one of the biggest pieces of the Spartans team so far this year. Only a freshman, and she's been a pivotal part of the Spartans season thus far.
Billingsley went 1 of 2 the first time she was at the line. This time she misses the front end.
Yeah, a little bit surprising there. Billingsley already with 2 missed free throws on the game. And then she's able to get that one to fall, the brick that falls in, as some call it, to cut the Spartan lead down to just 2.
Billingsley is the first player into double digits in this one, as Molly Stock isn't able to hit the 3 there, and the Archers have a chance to tie it or take the lead once again in this game. That time it is stripped away from Grayson, so it's going to stay with the Archers as the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely a close call there. Ref calls it off of Spartan and Archers basketball.
Archers not able to take advantage of another chance, and this time good ball movement there by the Spartans. And got to Epps down low, but she was fouled when she was going up by Green. That's going to be Green's first.
Great job by the Spartans there, passing it 4 times just outside the arc and just inside the arc until Maya Epps was able to get the ball and draw a foul. And there you see right there as Maya Epps pulls up for her first free throw and gets it to fall. The Spartans with 14 rebounds, more than doubling the south side total.
And a lot of those have been offensive, where the Spartans have been dominating this game. They've been getting a lot of offensive rebounds, but that's because they've missed so many shots. As you see, Archers have a better field goal percentage as they're 5 of 12, whereas the Spartans have nearly doubled as many shots.
That's a bit of a surprising stat that the Spartans only 6 of 23 so far on field goals in this game.
That time the Archers were having trouble getting across half court, so Coach Goodwill decided to take a timeout. And in her 14 years here at Southside, Coach Goodwill has been 203 wins, 117 losses, a really good record. She's won her sectional a few times. The Spartans and the Archers, the 2 teams that have won their sectional, the Huntington North sectional, that is the last 16 years. No other team has done it since 2006. So these 2 teams are very familiar with one another.
Yeah, and you mentioned Coach Goodwill being 203 and 117 in her career at Southside, and that's what makes it so surprising that the Archers are off to a 1-9 start, something we don't usually see from this team.
They've definitely had more struggles than in years past, but looking to turn around, and it could start here tonight as they're able to get it across half court this time. It was tipped out of bounds there by Evie Bottoms.
And the Spartans being really aggressive defensively, trying to poke it out every chance they get. Just a lot of times they've knocked the ball loose. It's rolled out of bounds.
Ball back in for the Archers, but they're having trouble as Billingsley comes to save it this time. And now Spartans bringing a press. Billingsley's able to evade the pressure. She still has it and has a great pass down low to Green, who kicks it back out now. And Epps is going to come up with the steal. Now it's a 4-on-1 for the Spartans. And Allie Stevens is going to finish it off, getting Spartans lead out to 6 now.
Great job by Allie Stevens there, following Maya Epps on her run to the hoop and able to get open for her to get those points.
Roddy is able to control it, but she threw it right to Royst as Epps now down low. Can't get it to go. Roddy's able to get the rebound, throws it down to Billingsley, who's all the way at the other side. And it's going to come off of Billingsley's foot as the Spartans will get the possession.
I'll tell you what, Noah, right now this is looking more like a football game with all the long passes, especially by the Archers, trying to do anything to get the offense going.
This time it's in and out for Allie Stevens, but once again the Archers aren't able to come up with the board. And the press so far defensively for the Spartans has been working. As you mentioned, the Archers have been throwing a lot of long passes. That time Allie Stevens misses. Molly Stock comes up with the rebound. Stevens going to try her luck from behind the arc, not able to get it to fall, but Royce with another offensive rebound and great pass around the defender for Epps, who finishes.
And the Archers have had so many opportunities to get rebounds, but the ball keeps slipping off their fingers, rolling to a Spartan player or rolling out of bounds. They've come so close to getting so many rebounds, getting possession of the ball back, but in the end, the Spartans keep retaining possession.
Spartans defense is really starting to heat up as they've forced 3 turnovers in a row now. This time Molly Stock is left wide open from the corner. She isn't able to get it to fall, but Maya Epps saves it, and Allie Stevens goes up, but she was fouled. So she will have 2 shots from the line.
And the foul there was called on Billingsley, her second foul of the night, starting to get in some foul trouble.
She will definitely have to be careful. She has 10 of the 14 points here for the Archers. The leading scorer for the Spartans is Allie Stevens, who hit the first one, and she's up to 7 points now in this game. As you see, a big difference in turnovers, only 2 for the Spartans, whereas Southside has had 10 in 3 straight.
And the happiest person in this building to see that stat is Coach Parker. His girls struggled a lot in the turnover department last game, but now having only a 5th of the turnovers that the Archers do, with just 2 while they have forced 10 turnovers.
Spartans continuing to score in transition, and we're going to take a break with them here as the Spartans have a 12-point lead.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena as the Spartans have a 12-point lead right now. They've already scored as many points as they did in the first quarter. They've had 13 so far. 4 minutes into this quarter, they'd 13 all of the first quarter.
Yeah, Southside struggling a little bit here in the second quarter. We also saw the Spartans get off to a bit of a slow start here in the second, but they have really turned things on in these last couple minutes, inflating that lead up to 12 points.
And it's been the defense that has turned into offense in this one. They've been able to get steals in the Archers' half court and turn that into easy points. It's now Whitney Ankenbrook and Gabby Helsum come back into this one for Evie Bottoms and Molly Stock, as there's another steal, and Maya Epps is going to finish it off for 2 points. She gets her total up to 9.
A great pass there by Emma Royst over the defender, Kamanwi Grayson. Able to get that ball to Maya Epps, was able to lay the ball in.
Billingsley was trying to get around Helsum, who was called for the blocking foul there, but Spartans doing everything and anything to deny the Archers from even taking a shot.
Yeah, this Spartans D has been locked down in the second quarter. We've seen them pressing a lot more than we did in the first.
Right there was Grayson going up for it, but it's going to be a wedgie. Last year, the Spartans had Ayanna Patterson to help with that problem. This year, they don't, so they're going to just use another ball.
Oh, maybe our colleague Noah Johanningsmeyer should run over there and knock it loose. There's actually the cheerleaders are going to come out right now and try to knock it out as you get another look at the wedgie.
That's definitely one way to do it, and we're set to resume play here. It's the Spartans with a 14-point lead. They've got 3 freshmen in right now. We've seen these 3 play a lot together, and as well, this is a future for the Spartans.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Noah. The future for this squad, and the more they can play together, the better chemistry they'll build, and the better this Spartans team will be in the years to come.
Epps missed it. Inkenbrook got the rebound, but then traveled, so the Archers will get the ball back. Spartans have really been struggling overall shooting the ball. Even though they've got a 14-point lead, you definitely think that it should be more with how this game's gone.
Yeah, they've had a lot of rebounds, a lot of second chances. Yeah, a lot of missed shots. They just have not gotten to fall. Shots that we've really seen them making all season long. At 28 points, still a pretty good offensive performance so far. But like you said, Noah, it definitely feels like they should be scoring even more points in this game.
They've got their 2 leading scorers in this one. Maya Epps has 9. Allie Stevens has 8. And there's a 3 by Gabby Helsum, who gets her total up to 3.
Gabby Helsum, she's really started to show out for the Spartans a little bit in these last couple games. She currently is averaging just under 6 points per game, and the Spartans are looking for her to make an even bigger impact as the season progresses.
Good pass there, but the Archers couldn't come up with it, as it was Amaya Shetler who couldn't haul in the pass, and the Spartans get the ball back to Stevens in the corner. She isn't able to get it, but Inkenbrook another offensive rebound. Stevens will take another one from behind the arc. This one, she's able to knock down. She's a streaky shooter from behind the arc, but once she makes one, she can hit a bunch.
And Stevens, she's not the best three-point shooter in the world, but when you leave her wide open like that, she's never going to miss.
Here's a look at that travel there by the Archers.
And just another turnover there by the Archers. Struggling a lot here in the second quarter. Just can't seem to get any good looks.
Now all starters are out of the game for the Spartans, as Hillary Adams, Sydney Freeman, Sanaya Sandlin all come in. And Billingsley takes another 3. She wasn't able to get that one to fall. Sanaya Sandlin down low here. She isn't able to get that one to go. The Spartans keep their 20-point lead.
Archers really need to try to get some momentum heading into the halftime locker room if they're going to have any chance to get back into this game.
Another turnover there by the Archers. 58 seconds left now in this half. The Spartans just looking to continue to grow their lead going into locker room.
Interesting to see if the Spartans hold for the last shot or try to attack a little bit more with 43 seconds remaining.
Sanaya Sandlin gets it down low, but Hillary Adams is going to take a 3. She doesn't get it to fall. Another offensive rebound, and Sandlin is trying to do it herself. She couldn't get the basket, but she was fouled on her way up, so she's going to have 2 attempts from the line, where she's shooting 44% this year.
Yeah, great possession there by Sanaya Sandlin, doing anything she can down low, being a great physical presence for the Spartans.
First one was no good there for Sandlin. As Lassay Forte comes back in for the Archers as Jemiah Green checks out. Second one is good there for Sandlin. Now 30 seconds left in this half. Like you said on that last possession, you wonder if the Archers now going to hold it or try to go for a shot. And stolen away by Ankenbrook, who's going to take it all the way herself and finish with a layup there. The Spartans now up 37-14 with less than 10 seconds left in this half. Billingsley has 4 Spartans all around her. They know where the ball is going to be, and all of them went to attack her. She wasn't able to get it to fall. As here's a look at Gabby Helsum's 3 from a few minutes ago. Her first basket this game.
Yeah, Gabby Helsum, she's got a great stroke there for the Spartans. Currently shooting 37% from three-point range. Not the highest number, but still very respectable. And then shooting 42% from field goal range.
First one was no good there for Billingsley, and this Archers team has really just gone ice cold in the last 5 minutes of this half. The second one is no good either. 3 seconds left. Likely not going to be able to get a shot up as they aren't able, and the Spartans will go into the locker room, the 37-14 lead. And before the break, we're going to send it down to sideline reporter Anthony Gery.
Thank you, Noah. And Coach, what did you see out of your Spartans in the first half? Obviously a slow first quarter, but you got together in the second.
Well, we got a lot of good shots in the first half. We just got to make a few. I don't know the exact stats, but they were pretty dismal from the arc. We got to pick that up a little bit in the second half to capitalize on some of our possessions where I thought we moved the ball well and got good shots. And defense, we just kind of fallen into a little bit of a lull of the game, so we're going to have to be a little sharper there.
All right. Good luck. Noah?
Thank you, Anthony. We're going to take a break, but stay tuned for the halftime show.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
To get you home.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat you up when you go home. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait. I'm just gonna bite you.
Oh baby, that looks amazing. Marcos, pizza lovers get it.
you don't plan on getting an injury. So why should you plan ahead to care for one? At OrthoStat, you don't have to. Whether you get hurt on the job or on the field, or if you're experiencing sudden, localized pain, we fix the unexpected. Our walk-in clinics provide emergency access to a full range of diagnostic, non-surgical, and surgical treatments. And the best part is, there's never an appointment or referral needed. So you can get in, get out, and get going. OrthoStat is recognized by Anthem and other insurance plans as an alternative to the ER.
This is the OPS Halftime Report.
Welcome live to the OPS Halftime Report. I'm Anthony Gery alongside analyst Noah Joe Hanningsmeyer. And what a first half we had. Homestead struggled in the first quarter. They seemed to turn it around in the second.
Yeah, they were pretty slow early on. They didn't get much going, but overall they were able to get it going late in that second quarter. They struggled from the field overall early on in the ball game, but then in that second quarter they opened it up, got that big lead, and just kept it rolling.
And we'll see if the Spartans can hold on to that in the second quarter. Now we're going to take a look at some of our scores from around the SAC, and just one game in particular that we're worried about is Northrop versus Snyder. Right now Northrop leads 35-34. This one could certainly shape up the SAC.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's absolutely huge, with those being two of the top teams in the SAC, both undefeated in conference play, along with the Homestead Spartans. After that one, it will come down to the Homestead Spartans matchups against whichever team is able to win that as a potential SAC championship game.
And it seems like Northrop were the heavy favorites coming into this game, but Snyder certainly holding their own, only down by 1 point. They had a very slow start to the year, but since then they've been near perfect on the season.
Yeah, they really struggled early on, but they have been able to turn it up, get it going, and they have played a lot better as of late, and just right now playing against one of the top teams in the state, the Northrop Bruins, and they're competing.
Now we're going to take a look at our standings of the SAC this year, and it is completely knotted up at the top of the SAC. Homestead, Northrop, Snyder, all undefeated teams in the SAC, which is why this Northrop versus Snyder game is so important. But Noah, it seems like whoever wins this Northrop-Snyder game is going to have a destiny versus Homestead, whether it is that matchup between Snyder and Homestead next week, next Friday on January 13th, or the last game of the season for both Northrop and Homestead near the end of January.
Yeah, Snyder and Northrop right now in a battle, trying to control their own destiny moving forward, and then they're going to be in a battle in either a week or 2 weeks from now when they have to face off against the Homestead Spartans and what will be crucial matchups to decide the fate of the SAC.
Huge matchup no matter what. Now we're going to take a look at some of our news from around the SAC, starting with this year, 2023. There will be a brand new SAC for football. The SAC is completely divided now into two different divisions, large school and small school. Noah, this is certainly going to be exciting. Can you give me more information?
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. There's two different divisions. There's going to be the big school division and the smaller school division. And really, it's this entire purpose of this is just to make it more fair for the smaller schools versus the bigger schools. The bigger schools, they haven't really been playing that well in the postseason because they haven't been tested as much. But now, as you see, looking at Homestead's new schedule, they're going to play two indie schools in Noblesville and Carmel. They're going to get that early season test. And they drop schools like Southside and Northside this upcoming season.
And of course, Carroll made the state championship this year, the first SAC team to make the championship since Bishop Luers. And now we'll see what the SAC can do as they add in more schools from around the outside For Homestead, they're adding into Indy schools, Noblesville, and Carmel. Then on the other end, for Southside, they're going to be adding in other schools from around the area. But the schedules will stay relatively the same. Homestead will play all 4 big SAC schools along with 3 smaller SAC schools. Southside, being in the small school side, will play the other 4 small SAC schools and 3 large SAC schools every year. Of course, the teams that they play will fluctuate from year to year.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes, as there's going to be a 2-year rotation of where they'll play a home and away and then get new teams from the other division. Also, what's going to stay the same is Week 7 will be rivalry week still within the SAC, so that tradition still remains strong.
And our second piece of news on the OPS halftime report is that Homestead boys basketball coach, Coach Johnson, will be getting honored just later today versus Southside, right before the game versus Southside, for his 400th win. He earned that versus Leo. Noah, you and I were both in attendance for that game. It was really a special moment, one that he had to work for a little bit.
Yeah, to win 400 games with just one singular program is such a great accomplishment as a coach, and Chris Johnson deserves all the recognition he's getting for that 400th victory.
A Hall of Fame basketball coach. We'll see him in action just after this game, as it is a boys-girls doubleheader. And our third piece of news is that the boys basketball side, sticking with boys basketball, is certainly cooking up something exciting. 4 teams right now, undefeated to start the SAC play, and honestly, anyone can take the conference.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one in the SAC for boys basketball. The Homestead Spartans 2-0. You also see teams like Concordia, Wayne, after somewhat down seasons last year, up there competing. Concordia was pretty good as well last year. They're up there 2-0. Northside, another squad competing for that SAC title.
Yeah, all 4 of those teams certainly are very talented too, and there's also a couple of teams that could play spoiler in the SAC. Bishop Dwenger, they started off 0-2 in SAC play, but they have put up fight after fight in every single game they've played. Same with Carroll. Both teams just losing narrow losses to start their SAC play.
Yeah, Carroll losing to 2 of the unbeaten so far in conference play, just by a few points in each of those games. They're certainly a team that can compete with anyone top to bottom within this conference, as well as Dwenger, as they came into Spartan Arena right here and put on a show against the Spartans. Just fell just short in that one.
It certainly could be anybody's SAC title. It's going to be a fun boys basketball season. You'll see Homestead in action versus Southside in just under an hour. But first, we've got to finish out this girls basketball game. The second half of Homestead versus Southside girls basketball coming after these messages.
Welcome back to Homestead High School, where the Spartans lead 37-14 after 2 quarters. We've got 2 more to go. The Spartans had a slow start in that first quarter. They were able to pick things up in that second quarter, and that's what's gotten them out to this 23-point lead.
Yeah, a great second quarter there for the Spartans. Now just 12 points away, as they obviously are trying to get to the mercy rule. Quicker they can get out of here, the better for the Spartans. Meanwhile, the Archers, they're going to do anything in their power to try to claw their way back into this game.
Saw the Spartans go to a press in that second quarter. It really helped them out defensively and offensively. They turned those defensive turnover steals into points offensively. See if they can continue to do that. Allie Stevens takes a jumper and continues to knock down shots. She's the leading scorer in this game with 13 points.
Yeah, great game so far for Allie Stevens. Really, she's had a couple great games in a row. Big for this team down low, scoring a lot of points, averaging 15.6 points per game.
Billingsley now on the other side, who had 10 points in that first half, but has been very quiet ever since the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. That one was blocked there by Emma Royce, the long pass there by Epps wasn't necessary, but it's going to end up in a turnover.
Yeah, and like you were just talking about Justice Billingsley, she's really gone cold here. She had a great start to the game, 10 points so far on the night. But really, ever since she picked up that second foul, things have slowed down a lot for her.
Here she is again with the ball in her hands. And so far, Southside has had 3 different players score in this one, whereas the Spartans have had 7 different players score. It just shows you big differences in these two teams.
Yeah, and the Spartans, a big school like Homestead, they have so much talent to pick from and so much depth on their roster.
There's another turnover by the Archers. The Spartans will get the ball back here up 25, as the mercy rule here in Indiana is 35, which would lead to a running clock as the Spartans 10 points away from that mark. Emma Royce gets a pass down low from Maya Epps, who misses the 3 there, but Allie Stevens, another board. Now another offensive board there by Royce, and it's going to end up with Stock, who knocks down another 3.
Well, if you keep shooting the basketball, it's bound to fall in eventually, and that's kind of been the philosophy for the Spartans in this game, having so many offensive rebounds. They actually have not scored that much on first chance opportunities, but they've been so great at getting those offensive rebounds, and that's what's led to them getting 42 points so far.
That time, Allie Stevens wasn't able to get it to go, but an offensive rebound like you were just talking about there for Epps, and she's able to convert and put it in for 2.
Justice Billingsley for 2.
A nice move there by Justice Billingsley, able to get to the hoop, finally get something going for this Archers squad.
That's going to be a blocking foul there, so it's going to be an and 1 for Epps. She's got her total up to 13, tying Allie Stevens as the leading scorer in this game, and she's going to have a chance to surpass Stevens. She's able to knock down this free throw, which she is. We've seen these two go back and forth in many games, and who's the leading scorer is both of them have been able to score at will.
Yeah, it almost feels like a game within the game. Which one of the two can score the most points for the Spartans on a given night?
Time of foul is going to be called on Molly Stock. It's her first in this game, and the Spartans and the Archers, neither team has really had too much foul trouble in this one. We've seen the Spartans get into it in some games, but this is not one of them. Green is able to rip it away from Epps and get an easy 2 there.
Her first points on the night, up to 2.
Entry pass down low to Royce, who kicks it out to Stevens. She can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Epps, and Epps is heating up. She's got 16 points now.
She is coming out swinging to start this third quarter. She wants to put this game away as soon as possible and make sure there's no path back for the Archers to get into this.
She's got 7 points in the last 2.5 minutes, as she almost was able to save that ball from going out of bounds, but it was too far out of her reach. So the ball will stay here with the Archers. Billingsley's going to take a pull-up 3. That's not going to go in. And Epps is going to get the rebound. And now Spartans in transition again. But a double dribble is going to be called on Epps.
Seeing some substitutions coming in now. Kamani Grayson coming out of the game for the Archers.
She is one of those players for the Archers who has her name on the scoreboard, as more players have been getting involved in this half up to this point. They've scored 4 points as the ball is loose there, and it's going to be a jump ball, which means the possession will stay here for the Archers. But right now the Archers have scored 4 points in this quarter. They only scored 3 in the last quarter, so much improvement, but right there, a turnover. And a great play there by Justice Billingsley to come back and block Emma Royst. It seemed like she was going to have an easy 2 points, but Billingsley came out of nowhere to make the block.
Well, Emma Royst pleading her case there. She believes she was slapped on the arm.
Stevens there scoring once again, just too easy for the Spartans on that inbound play. Epps was able to find Stevens wide open, and the Archers have really struggled on these inbound plays where Spartans have been getting open too often. It's going to be an offensive foul there over the back on Jemiah Green. That's her second foul of this game.
Yeah, second foul right now, only 2 points as well. As we saw Justice Billingsley heave up a three-pointer there. She's trying to do anything she can, but she is just so cold right now alongside the rest of the Archer squad. And important to note, the Spartans currently hold a 33-point lead. If they get up to 35, it will be a running clock with the mercy rule that Noah mentioned a little bit earlier.
Now Spartans back on offense as Ebbs has it in the left corner and passes to another one of the freshmen, but she's going to take it all the way. There's going to be a charge called on her there, as it was Lassay Forte who got her feet set and Epps ran right into. It's going to be the third foul now for Epps.
Bit of foul trouble there for Maya Epps. 2 more and she would foul out of the game with 11 minutes still remaining in this contest. Obviously wouldn't have too much of an impact on the final result, but of course if you're Coach Parker, you never want to see players fouling out of the game.
Billingsley with a great drive to the hoop, but wasn't able to get it as Enkenbrook's taking it all the way. She was fouled on her way up as it was Rogers in pursuit of a block. Didn't get there fast enough as Enkenbrook's going to go to the line for 2 here, and you'd think with Claire Landrigan set to check in now that Maya Epps may be coming out of this one with her 3 fouls.
Yeah, and right now we see Emma Royce and Maya Epps talking to Coach Parker right now. And Landrigan's actually going to come in for Royce instead of Epps.
First free throw was good for Enkenbrook, who has 6 points in this one. That's a new career high for her. She's only a freshman, averaging 1.9 points per game, but a great total.
Yeah, she has a great presence for the Spartans. Even if she's not always scoring, she is someone that the Spartans look to have on the floor and someone who could be big for the Spartans team in future years.
And with those 2 free throws, as you see your clock is running on your screen right now, Spartans now have a 35-point lead in this one, which means there will be a running clock for the rest of this game. The clock will stop for timeouts as Stevens is going to get an open look from 3, and she buries that one. She's now up to 18 points in this one.
She has been hitting pretty well from 3 so far in this game. Only a couple misses, and like we said earlier, not the best 3-point shooter, but you leave her open and she is going to make them.
Billingsley taking it back near half court with Landrigan on her right now. There's a 5-second closely guarded there as Landrigan did a good job to not let Billingsley cut over to the middle. And the ball will go back to the Spartans.
Interesting to see how aggressive the Spartans will be here. As Allie Stevens pulls it from 3 again and hits it. But as I was saying, it's going to be interesting to see how aggressive the Spartans get here, holding this big lead.
You got to wonder how much longer some of these starters stay in for the Spartans, as there's going to be a foul called as Billingsley was going up. The foul is going to be on Whitney Enkenbrook, her first of the game, but Allie Stevens back-to-back 3-pointers. She's up to 21 in this one, well above her average this year. just 15.6 points per game. And she did reach a new career high this year, scoring 27 points earlier.
Yeah, and looking at those rebound stats on your screen right now, Spartans absolutely dominating that category, 32-9.
That time it's going to be an offensive rebound for the Archers, but Billingsley wasn't able to score. The ball is tipped around and comes up in the hands of Helsum. Billingsley right now is down on the other side. She's not getting up. So Spartans still running offense. And she's down right now. We're going to take a quick break.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Touchdown, Homestead! Dribbles in, mid-range jumper up. He got it! Zach Kruger hit the shot.
It was good to see Justice Billingsley walk off there. It looked like she might have been elbowed in the throat by Gabby Helsum on that last offensive possession for the Archers, but she's over on the sideline now, and play will resume with the Spartans have a 41-point lead. Gabby Helsum's going to get a three. Look, not good, but another offensive rebound for the Spartans, and that's really been the story of this one.
Yeah, the Spartans dominating on the offensive glass, really the defensive glass as well, and that's why they're able to get to about 60 points so far in this game.
And there's another one, and one for Maya Epps. She's up to 18 points, and she may be trying to catch her teammate, Allie Stevens, who's at 21. And they're actually not going to say that one was good, as Allie Stevens is going to add 3 to her total. She's up to 24, nearing her career high, 27, as the Spartans lead 62-18 at the end of 3. Welcome back to Homestead High School. The Spartans have a 44-point lead in this one as they completely dominated in that third quarter.
Yeah, a great third quarter there for the Spartans. The last 2 quarters have been going the Spartans' way, as Southside has only scored 7 points since the end of the first. Just can't seem to get anything going in this game since that point. And with just 8 minutes remaining, a running clock, interesting to see how many Spartan starters we will see remain in the game.
Right now, there are 3 in the game. Emma Royce, Molly Stock, and Evie Bottoms. 3 starters out there, along with Hillary Adams and Sydney Freem. Now, this is a lineup we haven't seen too many times this year, but it is an experienced lineup, as there are 4 seniors out there and 1 junior.
And I think it's important to note real quick, Anthony, Justice Billingsley back. Sorry, excuse me, Noah. Justice Billingsley back in the game for the Archers after that injury. Glad to see her back.
Yes, it's definitely good to see her back in the game. She's been the best player here tonight for the Archers, and she was fouled there. She's got 12 points in this one. She'll have a chance to add 2 more, but she has struggled from the line in this one.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for her from the line. Really for all the Archers from the free throw line.
She's able to get the first one to go, getting her total up to 13 points in this one. Now the second one is up, and that one will go in as well. Now Spartans back on offense. Bit of a smaller lineup out there right now, with Hillary Adams, Molly Stock, and Evie Bottoms all out there. 3 guards. Molly Stock's going to get a look in the corner. She isn't able to get that one to fall. Ball's batted around, and Hillary Adams comes up with it. Now in the middle, it's going to be Royce to Freem, and Freem was fouled on her way up there, so she's going to have a chance to get on the board in this one at the line.
Great hustle there by Adams, able to run down the ball, keep possession for the Spartans, and once again we see the Spartans with a chance at second chance points.
First one no good there by Freem. She's shooting 66% from the line this year. Second one is good, as a timeout is going to be called by Southside, and we're going to take a break with them.
Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena as the Spartans hold a 43-point lead with 6:33 left here in the fourth quarter. And so far, Southside has really struggled offensively. They've been able to score early on in each and every quarter, but once it hits about that 4.5-minute mark, Spartans lock down on defense.
Yeah, the Spartans have been absolutely locked down throughout much of this game, especially here in the second half, where the Archers have only put up 9 points since the end of the first quarter, 6 points since halftime. And now the Archers are going to look to get something going on offense for a little bit of momentum heading into their next game.
That first quarter, this was a really close one. It was 13-11. Archers held a lead when it was 9-8, and ever since then, Spartans have just completely dominated this one, as Billingsley has the ball in her hands right now. She is the main scorer overall in this game, but that time she's going to turn it over.
Yeah, and you were talking about that first quarter. It was a really competitive game. We mentioned it, maybe the Spartans thought they were going to roll through the Archers, got off to that slow start. But Coach Parker was able to get his girls going, able to get them firing on all cylinders, and I think a big part of that is the depth that the Spartans have compared to the Archers. Just so many options to choose from. Meanwhile, there's not a whole lot for the Archers outside of their starting 5.
There's another one of those options for the Spartans. Sydney Freem scoring down low. She's just too strong for the Archers, and she's able to get in the paint and get an easy look. As there, Grayson misses on a 3-point opportunity, and Stock is going to take it all the way by herself, but then finds Adams out wide. She isn't able to get it. Royce with her 7th offensive rebound of this game. Not able to get it to go was Bottoms, but this is going to be a third chance opportunity now for the Spartans.
Spartans doing a great job working the ball around the arc.
That time Freem was fouled on her way up, and with 3 players set to check in, now you expect the 3 starters to be coming out here for the Spartans. With this game put away, just give more players more playing time.
Yeah, that's always a great thing to do. Whenever you have a big lead like this, get as much playing time as possible for players that may not get that much in other situations. A great way to develop your players. Obviously, there's only so much you can do in practice, and there's nothing like game action.
Sydney Freem knocks down both of her free throws this time, so she's 3 of 4 on the night, and right now she's out there with her sister who is guarding Grayson right now. Brooklyn Freem, who's a sophomore, Sydney Freem, who's a senior, and they've seen each other play at the same time so far this year a lot.
Yeah, always great to see a little bit of a family dynamic. Always great to see a little bit of a family dynamic out on the court. You know, and that's what's so great about being at a high school like this. You have family members, whether that be siblings, cousins, whatever, that you're getting to spend time with, getting to play the game you love with.
That time it was Brooklyn Freem with the rebound. Now it's going to go down low to Sanaya Sandlin, who isn't able to get it, but she gets her own miss. But they're going to call an over the back there. Foul on Sandlin, which will be her first of the game.
Sanaya Sandlin, not been in the game a whole bunch tonight, but when she has been in, she has been giving a lot of effort, going after every rebound she can, and she's been a great post presence for the Spartans whenever she's in the game.
That's something they've definitely missed. A year ago, had Ayanna Patterson, who averaged over 25 points per game and over 11 rebounds per game. That's a presence that you really just cannot make up, and that's why we've seen so many different players this year get involved on the offensive end. We've seen a lot of different players get involved on the glass. It's there. Claire Landrigan tried to take it all the way. She wasn't able to knock it down, but Sandlin down low is able to get an easy 2.
Nice game for Sandlin so far, up to 5 points on the night, well over her average of just under 2 points per game.
She's got a chance to either match or beat her career high, possibly later on. Her career high is 6 points, as right now Brooklyn Freem is running the court. She's going to have an easy look at 2, and she converts there. Spartans up to 71 points in this one. Their high on the season is 80.
Yeah, with just 9 minutes left, or excuse me, just 2 minutes left and being 9 points away from that high. Don't know if the Spartans are going to be able to make it, as we see a big 3 there from Jemiah Green.
Yeah, like you were saying, 9 points away. Running clock here is not likely, but you never know. So they're getting good looks down low. They weren't able to convert this one. It's going to be a good look from outside, and Claire Landrigan knocks it down. Now they're only 6 points away. It's a little over minute 40. Now there's going to be a timeout called by Southside. It's going to be a full timeout, and we're going to take a quick break. Welcome back to Spartan Arena, as the Spartans have a 51-point lead right now, and they've just been dominating the game ever since the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, it's been a really impressive showing so far for the Spartans, but let's not forget about this Archer squad. They've done a good job getting some open looks, getting some shots up. They've really just struggled in the rebound department. And that's a big reason as to why they're trailing by so much.
And the Spartans, we talked about it in the pregame, they've been struggling with turnovers this year, but so far they've done a pretty good job at not having too many in this one.
Yeah, Coach Parker's certainly got to be excited with that. Very few turnovers so far in this game for the Spartans with just a minute and a half left. You wouldn't expect them to get much more, if any. So a great showing for them in the turnover department.
Now Carly Mollering is into the game for the first time. She isn't able to get the layup to go. We don't see her out there too much as she's a freshman on this team. She's going to take a three, though, now. She isn't able to get that one to go either. She is not scared to shoot the ball right now. This time it's going to be Adams from behind the arc. She can't get it to go, but another offensive rebound. It's going to be stolen away, though, now by Ward. Now less than 50 seconds to go in this game. Good drive there by Ward.
We'll see if the Spartans just decide to hold out the clock or try to get some more points.
The bench wants these players to shoot it. This time it's going to be Sydney Frame who takes a shot, and she knocks it down. She's up to 7 points in this one, tying her career high.
Yeah, nice game here tonight from Sydney Frame. Not someone who makes too many appearances throughout the season, but had a good game here tonight.
And with the clock not stopping for fouls, the final score here is going to be 76 Homestead, 25 Southside. A great win here for the Spartans. They just completely dominated after that first quarter, where it's only a 2-point game, but outscoring Southside by 49 points in the last three quarters. Just shows you how good this team is.
And it shows you the depth that this team has to be able to perform like this.
And now we are going to be sending it down to sideline reporter Anthony Gery, who's alongside Allie Stevens.
Thank you, Noah. And I'm standing by with our player of the game, Allie Stevens. Allie, it was a slow start in the first quarter, but you guys really picked it up in the second quarter and second half. How were you guys able to get it done?
Halftime, we had a good talk with each other. Encouragement was a big thing. Play together and just keep moving the ball and knock down those open shots.
24 points for you tonight. You got in your groove, knocking down deep shots. Are able to get it done, and you feeling a little more confident?
Yeah, for sure. My teammates had some great passes to me. Got open when I could, had some great screens, and just led to one thing and another.
Big game next week in SAC play. You take on Snyder, a team that took you guys down to the wire last year. What preparations do you guys need to make before then?
Just getting after it in practice every day. We got a big one tomorrow. Just compete and play together and play as hard as we can.
Congrats, Allie.
Thank you.
Noah, back to you.
Thank you, Anthony. Allie Stevens, great performance there tonight by her 24 in this one. Her career high is 27, and we're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned for the post-game show.
Touchdown, Homestead! Three, dribbles in, mid-range jumper up. He got it! Zach Kruger hit the shot.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. rethink your limits.
Postgame show, and Noah, great game for the Spartans in this one. They had a struggle in the first quarter, but man, they shut Southside out in the last 3 quarters. Great performance all around.
Yeah, they really came out pretty slow, but then Coach Parker made some adjustments for his squad, and they just started dominating. They took the roof off the place, and they destroyed the Southside Archers. I mean, Southside, they really looked like they could compete early on against Homestead, but Homestead, being one of the best teams in the state, were able to just take control and dominate throughout the last 2.5 quarters.
As we take now a look at our stats from the entire game, and it didn't start the best shooting for the Spartans, and it didn't really end that way either, going 26% from beyond the arc, but still 40% from the field.
I mean, the 40% from the field is pretty decent for the Homestead Spartans, but the biggest thing here is they out-rebound the Southside Archers by 37 rebounds. You saw a lot of offensive rebounds throughout this game for the Homestead Spartans. They kept getting those second chance opportunities. Even one possession, they had a 5th chance opportunity and converted on that one. Homestead dominated the glass.
How about the hounding Spartan defense too, forcing 26 turnovers on the Southside Archers. What an amazing game for them defensively.
Yeah, defensively all year long, they'd like to play aggressive, really tough. They were able to force those turnovers here tonight against this good Archer squad.
And Noah, I think it's pretty clear, but who would you say your player of the game is?
You got to give it to Allie Stevens. She stepped up big in this one and knocked down a couple of huge shots that really got it going for Homestead.
With that, we're going to wrap things up here on this girls basketball game. It's only the first one of a doubleheader as the boys play right after they're warming up right behind me. On behalf of producer Trevor Newhouse, switcher Joel McChesney, our camera operators, and the guys up in the booth, Noah Lancz and Braxton Hall, as well as Noah Johanningsmeyer. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in just 10 minutes for the boys game.